Do I have time to make a video? Well, just got back from an auction. It was an online auction, and so we just got back from picking up our winning bids. So I'm going to go through them real quick. See if maybe you're interested in seeing what we got. This is a pair of natural ruby earrings. What I'm going to do, if I can get these things open, is lay them all out for you to look at. Yeah, these are very nice checkerboard cut. They do have a small table at the top. Very nice sterling silver. And I'll have to look at the documentation and see if they think those are diamonds, but regardless, these are very nice natural rubies. Very nice. Rob and I bid separately. So this is actually his stuff. This is a matching ruby ring from that. Now I'm going to need to look at this in the lab, which I'll do a little later today. I suspect that this is a synthetic ruby, whereas these are natural, and there's a clear difference between them, but the styling is identical. This has to be a set, so that was very nice. Again, this was from an estate sale, and it was combined. It was several families, combined estates, because it was online. This is a blue topaz. You can really see somebody's stylistic choices in their jewelry, and so we're going to see a lot of stuff like that. These are some specimens, which I'm going to develop a specimen box. This is a blue topaz. It's gorgeous. I'll be setting this into a pendant. Depending on the price of gold, I would say the price of gold is going to determine whether I set this in a gold pendant setting or a silver, sterling silver. But that will be up on my store. All this stuff is going to go up on the store. This is a blue opal. And I don't think they had origin information on it. Again, I want to look at this under the microscope, but it's got a lot of schiller in it, and it's really quite stunning, quite spectacular. I might set that in a piece of jewelry for myself. We'll see. My husband said he bought it for my birthday, so there you go. Here is a pair of really stunning blue topaz earrings. Again, good job winning these. You know, the whole goal of this is to not spend too much money when you're winning. So, again, when we're talking about match sets, so what he got was 2 match sets of ring and earrings, and then a couple of loose specimens to go in my specimen display cabinet. A beautiful, stunning blue opal. I think it's about 1.3 carats. and this enormous, nearly 20 karat blue sapphire with a fantasy cut. Almost looks like a Portuguese cut on the back side. Kind of a fantasy cut. Really gorgeous blue topaz, make a stunning pendant. I'm really quite stricken by this ring. I would like to hold on to it, but I probably won't. Sterling silver again. It is, looks like it might have citrine set in channel cuts here. It's a bezel set, chrome diopside, also called the Russian emerald. It's in sterling silver. It's really in fabulous shape. Just really beautiful ring. I need to find its bag. Its bag is here somewhere. This is a kayaker's dream. It is a beautiful chrome diopside, garnet, rhodolite garnet, and these are tanzanites. This is a stingray. I mean, it's definitely a stingray, and it's just gorgeous. You look at it there, stunning. Sterling silver, that'll be up on the store. It's green quartz. There's another word for green quartz, and I'm gonna have to look that up. But it's some people call it green amethyst, but you know, amethyst is a quartz, and so this is quartz. Just like amethyst, just like rose quartz, or even citrine is a quartz. So this one is a pale green and stunning. That'll go up on the store. A lot of this stuff's going to go up on the store today. And I like the idea of collecting it. And, really curating a collection that fits my aesthetic, and maybe the aesthetic of kayakers, water people, paddle boarders, you know, people who like the water. This is another green quartz. It's set in sterling silver. As you can see, it's a stunning ring. I think it is probably a 6. Doesn't really fit any of my fingers. Stunning. I'm going to use that word stunning a whole lot because I'm feeling very stunned. Want to look at these in the lab. They were on the auction listed as aquamarine. They certainly could be aquamarine. This is an aquamarine stone right here. So certainly could be. They might also be blue topaz, but actually now that I'm looking at them in the lights in the studio, I think these are definitely aquamarine. Beautiful sterling silver settings. They have a little weight, but they're not very weighty. So those will be very comfortable in your ears. Here's another aquamarine. This is going to be a very stackable ring because of the shape. There's this beautiful detailing on the bottom side of it that looks like it's probably CZ. And only the woman wearing it will know that that detailing is there. It's about 3/4 of a carat, aquamarine, set in sterling silver. It's a beautiful piece. I have and bought a lot of loose stones. These will get set into probably earrings for the most part. These are all small, earring sized. So this is all going to go up on the store as earrings. This is quite a haul. It's going to take me probably a month or so to work my way all the way through it. But here's those loose stones. 11 sets of loose stones there. This is sterling silver again. This is garnet. It is graduated garnet. It's really quite well made. Very nice ring. Shows very little wear. They listed it as rhodolite, and I'm not sure I would disagree with that. Usually rhodolite is a bit more purple than this. This looks a little closer to kind of your average pyrope. But is definitely has a lot more light in it than almandine, which typically is that dark dried blood color that I'm really not crazy about. This has a lot more light and a lot more play. So rhodolite is in the pyrope family. So whether it's straight pyrope or whether it's rhodolite doesn't really matter. It's a gorgeous ring, and it'll photograph well, and it'll well wear. Wear well on somebody's finger. It actually fits. It's a 7 or about. It fits this finger that's a 7, and it's really quite nice. Quite a nice ring. When I was talking about the aesthetic of the lady who collected these, clearly, you know, there might be two batches, two different ladies here, but this is one that I would say came from the same collector who collected this. And this is chrome diopside and rhodolite, just like this ring, chrome diopside and rhodolite garnets. She definitely had an aesthetic, and I appreciate her aesthetic. This is the packaging for this chrome diopside ring. More rhodolite garnet. I hope the camera will focus on this. Hello, camera. Look at this. The detailing on this is exquisite. Whoever gets this will be very charmed and pleased with their purchase. And more rhodolite garnet. Again, set in sterling silver. This was my first auction, so I didn't bid on anything that was gold. With the price of gold so high, I just went with silver. It was clearly the less expensive path, but also silver sells well. And you can have a lot more jewelry in silver than if you are buying exclusively gold or platinum. So I think for somebody like me who really likes jewelry, silver makes a lot of sense. Anything that I sell ships in a plastic bag with either a non-tarnished slip in the bag, or the bag itself is an intercept bag, which prevent tarnishing. And I would definitely recommend storing your silver that way so that you don't have to clean it every time you wear it. This is a gorgeous ring. Some lucky lady is going to get that. This was the only thing that my husband was doubtful about. He when I pulled it out, he said, "Oh, well, that's odd." This is, again, bezel setting, sterling silver, and it is chrome diopside. And like I said, we've got this aesthetic here of these rhodolite garnets and chrome diopside with silver, and this is the same aesthetic here. Stacking is really in right now, right? We all love to stack rings. This one is basically pre-stacked. There you go, it's pre-stacked. That is gorgeous. The bezel settings on this ring are going to really protect the stones. And chrome diopside is not very hard. It's only about a 6 to 6.5 on the Mohs hardness scale. So these little bezel settings are going to protect the stones for a long time. And this is really a nice ring. So I know my husband was questioning, but he's not a woman. And he doesn't wear rings besides a wedding band. So what does he know? So there's that. And what did I do with the packaging on that? I obviously set it somewhere. Well, it's here somewhere. I'll find it. So there's that. I was also, you may have noticed, wearing a aquamarine vintage, quite old aquamarine ring. It's actually 2 different colors of aquamarine. There's lighter on the outside and darker on the inside. If you look at it against this modern aquamarine, you'll see that it's green. And that's because most aquamarine starts greenish, and then they heat it to get a bluer color out of it. But this is unheated, and so this is actually the natural color that aquamarine comes in. And this was, again, a vintage buy, and I'm not sure if I'm going to sell this one or not. Clearly it fits my hand beautifully. And aquamarine is my thing, or one of my things. And so it's hard for me to say that I'm going to sell it, but just when we're talking about aquamarine, unheated aquamarine, or what it really looks like before it's been processed, this specimen that my husband bought for me is aquamarine. Hopefully the camera again is focusing on this. And as you can see, it's blue-green. It's blue-green. It's not blue-blue. It's blue-green. It's aqua blue. And I love this color. I'm going to be learning how to cut cabochon, and that's my plan for this. But I will get an opinion from the jeweler who's mentoring me before I try to do anything to it, because it does have a fault line, and I just want to honor the stone, which is so beautiful. I don't want to ruin it. So that is my whole haul. Again, I don't know where the baggie for this got to. I'm looking around. There it is. There we go. I'm going to give you one last pass here. Here they are. Here's everything that I purchased. So you can see them a little more close up. Wow, look at this ruby. I mean, my feeling is that that's going to turn out to be synthetic. Now, synthetic is still a ruby. It's chemically identical. It's just a ruby without the suffering, the miners, the sweat, the toil. It's made in the lab. This is definitely a natural ruby. I'll look at it in the lab later, but definitely a natural ruby. You know, I didn't talk about these. They're opal with sapphire, and that's actually, I'm keeping those as the birthday present along with this stone. This gorgeous, gorgeous tiny opal is just exquisite. Wish me luck. everything that's ready to go is going to go up on the store over the next couple of days. And I wish you all a Happy New Year.